Let's go to Trace Gallagher, who breaks it down for us tonight and gives us the very latest developments this evening on this. Hi, Trace.
Hi, Martha. Let's begin with the common denominators. First, pulmonary edema, water on the lungs, is mostly caused by heart disease. The American College of Cardiology says 1 in 4 Americans will die of heart problems, yet 7 of the 8 Americans who died in the Dominican had a heart attack and/or pulmonary edema. And we don't yet know the last person's cause of death. So all of the tourists we know about who were generally healthy died of very similar causes, which is exceptionally unusual, especially when you consider that 63-year-old Nathaniel Holmes and his 49-year-old fiancée Cynthia Day died of the same thing at the same time. Then there's the minibar you mentioned. 3 of the 8 Americans did drink from their hotel minibars. It's unknown if the other 5 did, but it appears most of them drank alcohol. And our corporate cousin, the New York Post, is reporting that investigators are looking into whether the tourists were poisoned by bootleg booze. Police want to know who supplied the alcohol and whether it contained dangerous chemicals. And Dominican tourism officials say the FBI and other federal agencies have now taken an active role in the overall investigation, and that the FBI in particular is going back and reanalyzing toxicology results to see if there are more common links. The latest American tourist to die in the DR is Layla Cox, who turned 53 last weekend. Her son says he's getting very little information. Watch.
They've done an autopsy. They haven't sent it to me. They sent me a police report that was in Spanish that I cannot read. I still don't know the exact details of my mother's death, and that's where I'm hitting a roadblock.
The families of Yvette Sport, David Harrison, Jerry Curran, Robert Wallace, and Miranda Shop Warner are also looking for more answers. And remember, a Colorado couple says they drank from a minibar in the DR and got violently ill, but recovered. They were later diagnosed with pesticide poisoning. And a forensic professor now says the symptoms suffered by most victims who died are consistent with poison. Martha.
Trace, thank you very much for that report tonight from L.A. Here now, Kellie Brown. Her father went on vacation in the Dominican Republic in January and died there just days later. Kellie, we are very sorry for your loss. Must have been so shocking. Obviously, it seems like, you know, a dream, right, to go on a vacation like this. What happened?
Absolutely. So my parents decided to take a trip to the Dominican Republic in January of this year. And they arrived on January 22nd, and they had something to eat and drink that evening, and then returned to their room. And my dad started to not feel well, and he lay down in bed and went to sleep. And the next morning when he woke up, he complained that his back hurt and his elbow hurt, and that he just didn't feel great. So they went and had a massage. And after the massage, he still wasn't feeling well and decided to just head back to the room and lay down and take a nap. And that was pretty much what happened for the next 2 days. And then Thursday, he complained that he was so sick, he just wanted to go home. Yeah. And my mother said, well, it's in the evening, we'll go to bed and let's see how you feel in the morning. Well, 3 o'clock in the morning, he started to vomit, and he started to aspirate on his vomit, and my mother tried to move him to help him, and she called a friend that was vacationing with them. He was in a different building. His wife and him came over to help my mother, and he was unresponsive, and they took him to the hospital, Hospital Bavario in the Dominican Republic, where they put him on a ventilator in ICU, and he eventually died.
Kellie, I'm so sorry. I mean, this is just a terrible story. When you listen to these other people's stories, does anything connect? You know, one of these people was at the Hard Rock, another one was at a place called Bahia. Where was your dad and mom?
My mom and dad were at the Dreams Resort. I do remember passing the Hard Rock, so it was in the general area of the Hard Rock.
So what about, you know, drinking from the minibar, or, you know, anything that may have been, is there a toxicology report that on your dad?
So that is what we're hoping to find out. One, if there is a toxicology report, and then two, how do we get our hands on that?
So you haven't received any information about that. When you listen to all these other stories, what goes through your mind, and do you see any links?
I see a lot of links. My dad's death certificate listed 4 causes of death, and one of them was pulmonary edema. And that seemed to be popping up in a lot of the other cases. So I was seeing a connection there, yeah. But just because that everybody has been coming out, I didn't think anything initially, and now there's just so many unanswered questions.
Well, who are you trying to get answers from at this point?
The hospital,
yeah.
Doctors, the coroner's office. I'm hoping to have the FBI do an investigation to find out if there is a commonality with toxicology or what.
Well, you know, we've been hearing about these pesticides and the liquor, sort of the 2 main threads here. Kellie, thank you very much. I'm very sorry for your loss. It must have just been absolutely horrible, and I'm sure, you know, it's not that long ago that you're all still suffering from it. So I want to thank you for being here tonight.